All right. So this call, just for everybody on YouTube, we're going to be going over where are you going? What's your vision for your life? Okay. So, three things that really helped me identify with myself because I was talking to somebody this weekend and they're making a lot of money per month, which yes, that's amazing, but it's their mindset. You guys ever heard the quote or the saying of your income will never surpass your skill set? Your income will never surpass your personal development, your mindset. Write that down. Your income will never surpass your skill set or your personal development, your mindset, right? And I've heard that so many times. How many times have we heard that? I've heard that so many times. And for some reason, it just clicked. I was in the right environment. I was right time, right everything. And it just clicked for me. Abby, work on your skills. You need to have a personal development agenda every single day. Whether it's 10 minutes, that's all you can do for that day. You've got to have a personal development regimen. How are you growing yourself? That's involved with where are you going? If you're not, I look at it as, and what I learned this weekend is, if you're not personally developing yourself, you don't have like a personal development regimen, what you do on a day-to-day basis, right? Repetition, really cementing the right habits and behaviors and beliefs into your subconscious, right? That's why we do it, repetition every day. You really don't have a vision for your life because you're saying to the universe or whatever you guys believe in, I don't care about personal growth because I'm not taking the time to develop me. And by you developing yourself, and I'm trying to tie this all together, it's a lot, but by you personally developing yourself and making that conscious decision every day, you're now going to make that subconscious. So you do it without even thinking about it. Hopefully, we all brush our teeth in the morning and at night. And we don't even think about it. We just do it because we've done it for so long. It's subconscious. Or if you're driving somewhere, you don't even sometimes, like, I've driven to places and like down the street and I just like totally zone out and I forget, like, oh, we're already here. Wow. So, like, you know what I mean? You guys know what I'm trying to say? So, that's why we do what we do. And I'm trying to remember where I was going with this. So basically, you guys need to have this idea of your personal development, having a regimen, because not only what you do, you taking the time to personally develop yourself, that's telling the universe, okay, they are ready for new levels, new responsibility, new challenges. Guys, problems never go away. I'm just saying this right now. Sometimes people will come to me. I don't think anybody on this call, but like sometimes people will come to me and they'll just give me problem after problem, and it's the same problem. It's the same problem. I'm like, dude, it's been 3 years and you're literally telling me you still don't have money. It's not even funny. It's actually sad. We've been talking for 3 years and you still don't have the money. You still don't have the time, but you're in the same spot. What are we doing? Okay. We want different problems. We want more quality problems, I would say. I learned that from Jason. You don't want zero problems. You want more quality problems. Good problems to have. Okay. So you need to have a personal development regimen, whether it's, I'm going to read for 10 minutes a day, 10 pages a day. I'm going to listen to an audio. There's so much on YouTube. There's, oh my God, Bob Proctor series that's on, that's in the academy. Like, go live. Yes, it could be, your personal development hour, whatever. But I do think that it is so important that you guys take the time to do that. Okay. Because you're telling the universe, I am ready to grow. I am ready to receive. I am ready to, hit my goals. I'm ready to become the person that I need to become in order to get the results that I want. Okay. That's what I'm trying to tie this all together. So the first part of this, guys, is understanding where were you? Is where you were, your past, what you primarily focus on. And what I'm getting into, and we've talked about this before, but I want to peel back the onion, right? Go another layer deeper with this, because that's what we talked about yesterday with the leaders. Is it's not about width of knowledge. Okay, the average person, amateurs, they just want something new. Give me something new, right? What's another quote? What's a blah blah blah? I'm like, no. Primary example, like we talked about yesterday. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to say the same things over again, but this is just very important. But we all know Bob Proctor reads the same book, Think and Grow Rich, every day. Success leaves clues. If he's doing that every day, it's the same thing, but he's a different person when he reads it, a different mindset, different perspective, a different attitude, totally different being. When he goes back and reads the same information, he's going to get a different interpretation of that. Okay. And over time, you can really create transformation within yourself. And so why I'm bringing this up is because and this is so relevant to myself and why I'm sharing it with you, because we attract into our life who we are. And I believe all of you guys on this call, whether, I personally brought you in or not, doesn't matter. You're here for a reason. Okay. We're all vibing on pretty much the same frequency. Okay. We're here for a reason. There's no mistakes. Everything happens for a reason. And the person that you identify yourself with, that story you keep telling yourself, that narrative that you keep telling yourself, that image, right? That's what's going to continue to show up in your life, that person. So that's why I was asking you, is where you were, your past, what you primarily focus yourself on, okay? Who you identify yourself with. Things like, I'm not trying to be negative, this is common. Like, most of the world are negative. Most of the world think negative thoughts. They entertain negative thoughts. Just is the conscious collective frequency. And we want to change that. And that's why we have these calls, on Sundays, because we want to create an environment where people know that they can tune in. They're going to be able to tap into, you guys heard of a mastermind. We did an official, incredible mastermind last night for like 2.5 hours, and everybody was tapped in, and I could feel the hairs on my skin just like standing straight up the entire time, because everybody, all 40 of us in the room, were locked in. And it was the coolest thing. And to be able to take that energy, take that environment, and bring it on a call like this, or if you're in Arizona, a meeting together like that, that's what it's about. Because then people know that they can grow. Then people know that they can actually go somewhere that maybe they've never been before, that previously they never believed that they could go. But now, because you're casting the vision, you're setting the environment, you're telling people the bigger picture, they are bought in, and they know that they can be a part of that. And guys, I always say this, everybody on this call, you are subscribed, you are a member of I Am Academy, and your personal reasons for getting started are your own, whatever that may be. But I can tell you right now, this is so much more than just a trading company. God, that's like the way I see it, that's just so small of what you get out of it. This is so much more than just, an e-commerce platform where you can learn how to launch your own store, scale it, manage it, actually get results. It's so much more than just the skill set that you learn. Like, this whole thing is personal development. It's exposing who you really are. And what I've realized is most people fall off, they quit, they stop showing up. And that's what I was going to say, is usually because they stop showing up. Okay. You find belief, you build your belief and crystallize and strengthen clarity of yourself and where you actually believe you can go when you tap in. That's what they were saying all weekend long. Tap in, tap in. So when you hear that, there's a go live, there's a Zoom call like this, or something else that's going on in your area, tap in, show up. That's why we Josh, I love the fact that you shared that, because it's such a great mantra and foundation for all of us inside this team and even outside of the academy to live by. Show up for you. So bringing it back to your identity is, if you're continuously focusing on where you were, I don't know, like before this, before you joined I Am Academy, did you have a vision for your life? Were you excited about, waking up in the morning and doing whatever you were going to do, where you were going with yourself? Were you excited? Were you happy? Were you fulfilled? Because if you weren't, okay, that's what you're going to, that becomes your identity. That's all you see yourself as becoming. So a lot of people are so skeptical when I tell them, if you guys been on Matthew Thayer's session, HFX, Cash Trap, you've seen him make in 3 minutes, $20, $30, $40, $50, $60,000. It's insane. But the average person, and it's okay, I would be very skeptical my first time if that's what I saw right off the riff. But the average person, this guy is always in my inbox. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Show me, show me. And I showed him Matthew Thayer, which I hate showing like profits now because like you don't even get started anyways. It doesn't even matter how much money I show you. You're not even going to do anything. You still have a limiting mindset. You still have a limiting belief about yourself. And I was telling this guy, I was like, look, okay, man, you need to get around a different environment. You're so skeptical because it's not that it's not real. It's real, okay? You don't believe that you can do it. And that's why you're skeptical. You don't have an abundant mindset. And because you don't have an abundant mindset, or the reason why you don't have an abundant mindset is because you're not around an environment that's abundant, that allows you to grow. And I was like, you need to change your circle, man. Who do you hang around? And that's why these calls are so important. So I really want you to think about who you were before you joined I Am Academy, before where you are right now. Because a lot of times what keeps us stuck, what actually keeps us from growing, like we have a lid, is that identity on our past previous self. Maybe it's previous success. And then we just got hit so many times and it's like, you know, you throw up your white flag. It's like, okay, I'm not going to try anymore. You guys heard that story with they said it this weekend with the elephant, but when they were like really, really small, you know, elephants are still big, but like when they're babies, you know, they have, I think it's at like the circus or something, they tie their foot around like this ring and they attach it to this pole. You know, when they're little, they can't like go, like they can't like, you know, pull across it or whatever. I don't know how the story goes, but they can't move. So they try day after day, day after day. And over time, they stop, they give up because they realize they can't move past that. They can't break away from the chain. And if you guys listen to the Luke Hessler audio, you know what I'm talking about. I think he goes over it in the audio, which is fire. If you don't have it, I will send it to you after this call. But as the elephant grows older, you know, big, you know, elephant, same thing. It doesn't move. It doesn't escape, even though it can. It's this big, ginormous mammal. We know that it can break away, but because it was trained and conditioned that it couldn't from such a young age, that's all it knows. And why I'm telling you this is because this is so important, because where you are right now and where you were, I know it's so cliche to say this, but it's so goddamn true. Where you were and where you are right now does not matter and does not determine where you go in your life. So often, I'm very guilty of this. I've been very guilty of this. I will base my decisions and where I can go based on where I've gone in the past. And that's such a wrong mindset, such a limiting mindset. You know, you put a cap on your ability to grow when you do that, because our futures are, you know, where we're going is supposed to be so much bigger, limitless, open. I made a post on my Instagram about this today. It's so ironic, because I actually wrote the post. Y'all get my point. I wrote a post. Okay, same thing, same concept. But it you know, it opens up so much. The life becomes limitless, right? When you stop putting your attention, your focus, because what you focus on grows, right? Where energy flows, attention grows. That, you know, you guys know that quote. Stop focusing on the past, because that's all you're ever going to allow yourself to become. And it's so difficult, guys. It is. And that's why we try to create environments like this, because the more reps you get in, right? If you guys go and work out, the more reps you get in day after day, consistency, you're going to make progress and you're going to develop a new self-image, a new identity, whatever it is of you and what you believe is possible about yourself. Okay, because whatever your self-image is right now, good or bad, that's what you're accepting, that's what you're tolerating, and that's what you're allowing. That's what you're attracting into your life. And my biggest fear, I know fear is, you know, you can choose to entertain it or not, it's there, but my true biggest fear is being in the same spot right now, a year from now. Can I get an amen on that? How many people agree with that? Being in the same spot.
Amen.
Right now. Yes, sir. A year from now. Nobody wants that. We all want to grow. We all want to grow. And like I said before, the people that fall off, the people that are no longer here. Guys, I've been around for 4 years. I've had teams that I've built gone. Like, poof, no longer here. Quit. And it's heartbreaking because you build relationships with people. And I love people on the way in. I love people on the way out. Everybody who really knows me, the relationship always comes first. Like inside, out of business, I'll take a phone call for you at 3 a.m. Like you need something, just, I'm here. I try to be as accessible as possible. I try to be, someone, you guys can rely on, because this is, it's a crazy world. It's a dark world. It's a very uncertain world. And I'm very grateful to have what I have. And I'm sure you guys are as well. And I don't take it for granted. I did for some time, but I promise y'all, don't, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. This really is. And if you heard the conversations we were having this weekend, what they say, if you knew what I do, if you knew what I knew, if you could see what I see, you would do what I do. Matt Rosa, I think, says that, but they said it this weekend. If you knew what I knew, if you could see what I see, if you could think how I think, you would do what I do. And there were some pretty incredibly powerful people in the room this weekend, like in all areas, on all levels. And this is, I'm not even trying to hype it up. I hate hype. Y'all know this. I get excited, but I don't like hype because it's misleading. You get people that come in and then they leave 30 days later. You don't want that. They'll never learn the skill set of trading. We all know how powerful the skill set is, and now being able to launch your own e-com store. But it's so important that you get that. Okay, this is the company to be in. And if you listen to the audio that I will send you after this, some of you, I've already sent it to you already. Luke Hessler, you can look him up. He's been in the industry for now almost a decade, and he is somebody that we are personally working with. And I keep telling myself, I'm only sharing this with you guys because I want to give you the perspective of this is not all rainbows and butterflies and sunshine and all these other things. It's a process. But I remember when I first got started, and I was a lost, scared, 22-year-old, naive kid with a lot of monetary pressure, a lot of student loan debt. And I came in knowing nothing. My number one question I get from people is, how much money can I make? And I need to do more research. I'm like, no, you don't. I came in knowing nothing. You're going to do the same thing. Okay. You don't have the money. That's your reason you need to get started. Boom. No more conversation. Let's do this. And I came in knowing nothing, making $1,300 a month. Crazy. And, my student loan debt was coming up. Anyways, what I'm saying is the guy who brought me on was a loser. Okay. Very manipulative. And I think the reason why I am the way that I am now with what I do and how I do things is because I learned a lot along the way. And a lot of things have aligned. And I truly do believe that if you stick and stay, I know I wrote this earlier, but if you stick and stay, you'll get your pay as long as you pay the price necessary. Sometimes we stay in this game, and I know this has happened for me. I'm only sharing this because I believe some of you guys are going through this right now, or you will, okay? Or maybe you've been through there before and you're trying to get out of it, but you've been in the game for so long, and then you start to, and you're not getting the results that you want. So you start to go into this identity about yourself, which is not true. You are more than able. That's something that they said this weekend. And I remember I had a conversation with Jason Brown, Chairman 750. Y'all, if you're not following him on Facebook, you're missing out on all the nuggets, on all the gems. But he was there this weekend, and we actually had the opportunity to hear him speak. And I have that audio as well, and I'll share that in just a second. I'm gonna share that. But I'm only going to share because it's information that you have to earn. And I'm not talking about monetarily. There's certain information that will go over people's heads. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Like there's levels to money type of thing. And if you hear something when it's not your time to hear it, it's kind of like, if you get too much money too fast, you lose it because you didn't prepare yourself. You didn't grow into it. You didn't allow yourself to become the person necessary to receive that. Okay. That's why you see a lot of people that win the lottery, they literally lose their money in a couple of years. They don't even know how to manage it. They aren't ready for it. But Jason had a conversation with me this weekend, and I always get emotional, y'all. It's so crazy. You stay in the game long enough, you see a lot of things. And every time I see him, man, I don't know why I just start getting emotional. And I don't know why I'm telling you all this. I think because I want you to understand how precious of an opportunity that we have and how important your goals are and where you're going. Because most people, 85%, I think it's in the slides, 85% of people are unexcited, are stressed out about money, they're unfulfilled, and they're unhappy about their lives. They have no vision for themselves. And without a vision, the people what? The people perish. They don't know where they're going. And when you don't know where you're going, there's chaos, there's confusion. And when there's confusion, when there's a confused mind, that person does nothing. They do nothing. And that's sad. But I remember this weekend, it was last night, so crazy. I literally saw Jason and I just started bawling my eyes out. And every time, Jason has been with me since the beginning, and he's seen everything that's gone on, inside of my organization and, what I've been through. And every time I see him, it's just emotional, because I'm just so damn grateful to still be here, like still showing up. It's not easy to still be here 4 years later, and you see everybody that gets started after you, and they're doing amazing things in certain areas, and it's like, well, you start to play the comparison game. Well, that person got started after me, but they're already XYZ ahead, blah, blah, blah. Well, you don't know. This is where I'm going with this. Stick and stay long enough, right? Stick and stay, you'll get your pay only when you pay the price. Only God, the universe, whatever you guys believe in, knows when that time is for you. And Jason was telling me, Abby, like, miss consistency, which sometimes I don't feel like I'm consistent, but we had a conversation about that. Consistency in you're still here, you're still showing up, you're still moving and grooving and shaking up the world in your own way. There's a breakthrough on the horizon. And there's so many times where Steve Max, if you guys know who Steve Max is, he and I, we had a conversation a couple years ago, and he was kind of at a plateau in his life, and he kept focusing on the ladder, his past. And he was like, I don't know why I can't break through. What have you done to do X, Y, Z? And I was telling him, and then he had his breakthrough this year. Okay. I'm giving it in building terms, but bear with me, guys. He went from Platinum 2000 to P5000. If you guys know what that is, he went from basically a $2,000 residual income to $5,000 residual income, team of 75 to 225. And it's pretty incredible. And we had a conversation. He was like, Abby, I wasn't doing anything special. I just continued to show up every day. And that's preparation. Opportunity presents itself. You stay in the game long enough. Your time is coming. Your season is coming. And sometimes you guys are going to be in a season of a financial season, right? Where there's going to be, prosperity and abundance in your life financially. And then some seasons there's going to be spiritual work that needs to be done, mental, emotional work that needs to be done. And Jason said this weekend. This is one nugget I'll give you guys. That he said, but he was just like, you need to recognize which season you're in, because sometimes we could be wanting the money right now, but it's not our time to receive, financial growth and abundance, because we're impatient. We haven't paid the price yet. When you've paid the price, when you've showed up long enough, when you've stayed in the game, when you just keep doing the things that you're supposed to do, repetition, plugging in, growing yourself, your time will come. And Steve was just like, Abby, I wasn't doing anything different. Timing. It was just timing. I was just here, still here. And boom, things happen. He actually came, he's very close to chairman right now, but he actually came 30 away, 30 customers away, which is incredible. So it was just cool to have that conversation, because I remember when he was a P1 and I was a P2. And so to be able to see the flip of the script, it's like, Abby, that's possible for you. Keep going. And I want to say for you guys, whatever your goals are, whether it's, trading, building, up your account, whatever percent on a week-to-week basis that is, building the business, making an impact, really being able to help people, okay? Or, the e-commerce side, launching your business, whatever goal that you have in mind for that, I want you to know that there's somebody else out there that's like you doing the damn thing, or they've already done it. And when I go to different events, when I go to certain things, and I want you to be mindful of this for yourself, I think about, when I hear certain pieces of information, who that I'm surrounded with, would be able to benefit from that piece of information, from that idea, from that perspective. And I try to be able to take that back and give it, because I feel like that's all we are. We're just a vessel. That's really what we are. I'm a messenger. Like all this information I'm sharing with you, it's just from personal experience and my mentors. I'm just reciprocating that message to you guys. So I really just wanted to kind of share that with you guys and let you know that no matter where you're at in your life right now, you're absolutely right where you're supposed to be. Okay. And I'm thinking about all the names on this call right now as I'm speaking and speaking to you directly. You are right where you're supposed to be. And I heard that this weekend, and it's a hard pill to swallow. This weekend was extremely uncomfortable. I was the most uncomfortable this weekend than I've been all year long, and probably in a very long time. And it was probably the best thing for me, because now I was able to break limiting beliefs and barriers that were going on inside of me that were holding me back, and basically identifying myself with a higher version, higher image of who Abby can be and where Abby can go, what Abby accepts and tolerates and allows into my life, and say the same thing back for you. Okay, so I'm going to leave you guys with a couple things. Okay, how we doing? How we doing in the chat? Y'all good? We good? Okay, cool. So I want to kind of just leave off with this call, because I know we've been going on for a little bit. It's so important. One thing that I got out from this weekend is unity. There were people in that room this weekend that I had no idea who they were. I had never seen them before. And now it's funny because like we literally were staying up all night long, not partying. We weren't partying, but we were having a really good time. We'll just say that, okay? We were having a really good time. We were able to build relationships, and that's what this is really all about. And I just encourage you guys on this call to build as many relationships with people as possible. Network. This company, this platform that we have is really whatever you make of it. If you only want to learn how to trade, cool. You know where to go. If you want to maximize and really make this an experience for yourself, develop skill sets, develop your mindset, your attitude, your belief, right? Everything across the board, you can do that here too, okay? But I want to say this, because the campfire, we talk about this a lot, right? The campfire, this builds belief. I believe it builds unity. And in unity, we've got community. And community is why people stick around, because they feel a sense of belonging. They feel like they can be a part of something bigger than themselves. And fulfillment, if you guys don't know this, comes from our ability to contribute, to give value, whatever it may be. And so that is my biggest focus and motive, is to create a community, a sense of unity between, everybody that I personally come in contact, and trickle down, from you guys. And so two other very important things that come with the campfire, right? Belief, that sense of community. But I said in the chat earlier, but it strengthens our clarity, right? Our clarity of self, of our vision, and who you're becoming. Okay. It allows you to make a decision, because with that belief, with that clarity, and honestly, with this collective unity amongst everybody on here, this energy, it allows us to make that conscious decision of where we want to go with our lives, have that sense of clarity, and lock in on that. Because at the end of the day, guys, this is about you, for you, your personal reasons, whatever that means. But it's about repetition. It's about the reps. It's about showing up whenever you have the opportunity to do so. Because if you stay in the game long enough, I've said this literally 10 times, but you've got to make this click. If you haven't written it down, write it down. If you stay in the game long enough, your time will come. I don't know when that is. Only, whatever y'all believe in. Okay? But you got to continuously tell the universe that you're ready to receive. You're abundant. I pay, guys, let me just say this one thing. I pay for, and you have to do, I only want you guys to do what you need to do, but I'm just telling y'all right now, I pay for the membership. Like Alex and I, I'm just being real with y'all. Alex and I, if you guys know my girlfriend, Alex, we could totally do this. We could totally only pay for one account. Alex, we're just going to pay for your account, right? And we'll split it. And I would just be, I'll just be an IBO on mine. I don't do that. I know so many people that do that. I don't do that because I know that when I pay, I'm telling the universe that I'm serious about what I'm doing. When I don't pay for something all the way, I don't take, I take it for granted. I'm not serious. So I'm telling y'all this, when it comes to money, when it comes to time, when it comes to your energy, you want to be very, very careful about how you're moving with it, how you're treating it. Okay? Because whatever you do, whatever you truly feel inside of you, you're communicating that through vibration with the universe. Okay? I'm not trying to go all crazy into that, but you guys get what I'm saying. Okay? So with that being said, y'all, these calls are very important. There is a call that is happening. It's going to be a recap call on Tuesday this week. And I know it's going to be conflicting with, Europe and everything. And I think they're going to record it if you can't stay up for it. But it's going to be at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And it's going to be this Tuesday. You guys are going to see in the chat. But I'm just telling you guys, I'm going to have a conversation with the leaders after this call. But a few things are going to change with the way that us as an organization do things. We're still all going to be connected, just we're going to be doing it in a different way. Okay. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'm reading the chat. And I'm so grateful that you guys just chose to show up and still be on this call. I know there were a few people on here. I don't know if they had other things to tend to, but you guys locked in. You took notes. You showed up. And that's for you. I'm here just to pour into you. You take this back. You take one piece of information from this call, reapply it to your life to build a better habit, to build a better mindset, to build a better you. It's not about taking everything. Just find one little piece. Because that one little piece is in the inches. It give you a new perspective to doing things in a different way to get you where you want to go. But guys, I love you guys. I believe in you. We're going to the top, baby. Let's get it. No call with Mike this afternoon or this evening. So go crush your day. Prepare for the week. I'll see y'all in the chat. Love y'all. Talk to you soon.